Part 2 of the secret to getting tons of free Google search traffic. What's up guys, Amy here. Hopefully you watched part 1 of this training. If you haven't seen that video, you can check it out here. In the second part of this training, I talk about keyword research tools, keyword difficulty, and how to optimize your content so that it ranks. So without further ado, here it is. Now, I want to list some keyword research tools I use personally. Use whatever tool that's comfortable for you. I try not to use so many tools because it's not about the tools. It's about the process and the implementation of it that gets you the results, okay? Ahrefs is one. You've got SEMrush, Keywords Everywhere, that Chrome extension. You've also got Answer the Public. Not only provides you long tail keywords about the questions people are asking, it also gives you a feel in terms of the problems and challenges that people are searching on Google to find their solution. Ubersuggest, I just want to go through them briefly. Ahrefs is probably one of the powerful tools, and you probably won't even need all the advanced features that they provide. And what they do is they cut down the research and give you information like keyword difficulty. You can check your competitors' backlinks, see how many pages they have, add your website to Ahrefs or SEMrush, and they can even do an audit of your website in order to tell you what changes you need to make on your website in order to boost the on-page SEO. You can also check your ranking of your keywords. So enter in your website and tell these tools which keyword you want to rank for, and they will track the ranking. It will show you whether you've increased this week or decreased, and will keep an alert of the competitors who's on the first page for you, okay? Now, SEMrush is more affordable, and the good thing about SEMrush is that it could be used to find keywords for both SEO and pay-per-click advertising like Google Ads or Google Display. And Google Ads and Google Display is a beast in itself. Again, if you're just getting started, you can use Keywords Everywhere, Ubersuggest, and Answer the Public. They're low ticket tools. You don't need to invest that much, and it's enough to get started. And honestly, guys, sometimes I just use these free tools myself for a low competition keyword, like a long tail keyword. I don't need to invest in Ahrefs or the other tools available. So use whichever tools that are comfortable for you. And everyone will have their own process of researching keywords. I'm just showing you the quick, easy way to get started. When you're choosing your long tail keywords, this is one thing a lot of people don't mention, or marketers out there. They're not going to be real to you and tell you there is keyword difficulty when it ranks. Now, I don't want to scare you guys. I don't want you to think, oh, what's this thing about SEO competition or keyword difficulty? Put that out of your head, because I used to think that way and go, I'm not going to even try. Like, don't give up before you've actually implemented it. Give it a go, because keyword difficulty is there, but I'm going to show you a few tips around how to tackle keyword difficulty. Now, the thing is, finding these bunch of long tail keywords that you want to rank for is the easy part. So the hard part is selecting the keywords you want to rank on Google. So we need to look at keyword difficulty. SEO competition research is an art in itself, but basically it boils down to 4 main factors. So let's go through them quickly. You've got 1, relevant content. I would say this is the key part, relevant content. The second thing is search intent. Third is links from other websites. So in SEO, everyone knows that links called backlinks, and you're basically getting a link from another website. There is various ways you can obtain links. You can obtain really spammy links, and you can obtain really quality links. So not all links are built the same. One link could be very powerful, and it could only take one powerful link for you to rank on Google, or it can take a lot of links depending on how competitive the keyword is. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is domain website authority. So the older your website is, the more backlinks and content you have on your website, the more authority it has. And I can get really technical and talk about domain ranking and all that stuff, but that's probably another time and place for it. In a nutshell, think about domain and website authorities. How long have you been in the blog? Has this website been around for ages? Are they creating content and producing content consistently? Is it quality content? Are people linking to them? I would still say that number 3, links from other websites is a major ranking factor, but it doesn't mean that you need thousands and thousands of backlinks in order to have domain authority. So I'm not going to go and cover link building and domain authority in this training because that will be another 2-hour session. Relevant content is basically what the user is searching for. So for example, if you were to publish an article on the same example that we went through, how to increase breath hold for free diving to rank for that keyword, then your website should provide useful content that delivers on this. I know that sounds very simple and self-explanatory, but you don't know how many times I've seen websites, if they're trying to rank for how to increase breath hold for free diving, they're putting a lot of garbage filler content that doesn't deliver on this search intent. It's simple, it's foundational, but not many people do it. Okay. And just think about it logically for yourself, guys. If it was you that's looking for this solution, what type of content do you want to see? What kind of content would you consider that's useful? Even though you're designing this website for a client, for making money yourself, for affiliate marketing, don't just think about what you want. Think about what the user is looking for, because if you deliver a great user experience, your website, Google will love you for it, and your website will climb up in the search engines as well. That's something that you need to definitely get clear on. So think about what is the user's search intent. You can tell that the keyword how to increase breath hold for free diving. You can tell this is a long tail keyword that someone who is new to free diving would be searching. I know because I'm one of them. I want to practice free diving. I totally suck. Growing up, I didn't learn how to swim properly. And now I have a partner that does free diving every day and I'm still chicken as hell. I'm searching in keywords how to increase breath hold while free diving. And as a newbie, there's certain specific content that I'm looking for. So if you can take that in consideration and go, well, what's the intent behind this person searching? Are they new? Are they advanced? Are they beginner? Every keyword has a search intent. I think that's the moral of the story that I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So in this case, I will want to create content like the steps involved, perhaps drill down on some exercises, write content that show me how to hold my breath from 1 minute to a 2-minute breath hold. So you can even go and create a video or infographic explaining this whole process on your website. Okay. I think easiest ways to combine your creativity is to actually go and see what your competitors are doing. Look at the top 5 sites on Google right now and see what they have on the website. But when you're looking, look at the type of content. And when I mean the type of content, ask yourself, take notes and write down, is it mainly video content that's ranking on the first page of Google? If it is video content, is it video content on their website or is it a YouTube video? If it's a YouTube video, that's a good news because it would be much easier to rank on YouTube compared to normal SEO. But don't let normal SEO scare you. What you could do is create a video to rank on YouTube, go back to your group page's website and embed your YouTube video on your website. Okay. The next type of content that you could see is an informational post. So informational posts could be very long tail, but they're more at the awareness phase. So they know about this topic, but they're still searching for more information. So in terms of keywords, there are informational keywords that people are searching for that you can create content. Another type of content is review style content. So how many of you that have searched GrooveFunnels review or GroovePages review? I'm sure before you went over to join GrooveFunnels, you have been doing these types of searches, and some of this search content that you're finding on Google are review style content. Have a look at their website and see how they're designing it. Another type of content that you might find on the first page of Google is how-to articles. So these are just like, here are the steps. Step 1, step 2, and they break it down with pictures, maybe videos for illustration. I'm going through as many examples as possible so that you know who your competitor is, what type of content they're creating, and how you can model it. I don't want you to go and copy people's content. That's plagiarism, and Google is looking for unique content. They want unique, relevant content in order to push you up in the Google search engine. So take that in consideration. Now, once you have a look at the top 5 to even 10 competitors appearing on the first page of Google, what you want to do is make yours 10 times better. And 10 times better doesn't mean that you need to create more content. 10 times better could be just tweaking an image or adding more images in, or better design. I'll go through a tip. Let's go back to Google. We'll have a look at who the top competitors are on Google. All right, so we've got 260 keywords per month globally. You could start something geo within Australia, United States. Let's just go and click on keywords everywhere and select United States and then see if the monthly search volume changes. 110 search volumes. I think that it's a reasonable monthly volume to get started as a beginner. Now, bear in mind that if it's a brand new website, it doesn't have authority, it will take longer. SEO is fantastic, but you also have to take a patient approach to it. It is a long-term game. And while you're waiting for your keywords to rank, you can also add on a multi-approach whereby you're running ads and you're working every day to create content for the search engines. Okay, so when I was mentioning you want to look at the content that is appearing on the first page of Google and make it 10 times better. You see here for this particular keyword, that's a YouTube video. Off the bat, you know you can go and create a YouTube video if you're a free diving expert. Now, here's another YouTube video, but you want to open up this in a separate tab, okay, and make a note of the type of content they're appearing. And sometimes you've got big players on, and when you see big names that have a lot of authority, they could just be ranking on one page on their website. And you could also dominate them by creating a very niche specific website with a lot of content on that specific topic or niche. And that way, over time, you can beat them. With SEO, it's about creating consistent content, building quality links to it. You don't do it once and you stop at it. That's something I want you guys to kind of like set expectations, because I want to be real with you guys. I'm not going to tell you it's super easy. It is easy to find keywords. It's easy if you apply yourself, but you still need to be patient in order to get results and implement. Okay, so you open up these tabs, have a look. They've got the heading optimized for it. They're breaking it down here with paragraphs, and you can see how long the content is as well. It's not much content that you need to create for this keyword if you wanted to rank for it. And just repeat the process, top 5, the top 10 competitors, and really have a look. Sometimes people just go, oh, I'm going to target this keyword and I'm just going to crank out content. Be smarter. Go and look at your competitors and see exactly what they're doing and be 10 times better. Now, in terms of content tips, when it comes to SEO, when I first started with SEO, and I'm sure you guys have these questions popping up in your head right now, how much content do I really need? So I want to give you a starting point. Take the average word count of your top 5 competitors and then average it out. So if the first guy on the top spot has 1,000 words, and then the second guy has 500 words, third guy has 800 words, add it all up and average it. That's going to be your starting point. If you're an overachiever, double it, increase it. Use that as a starting point and then double the amount of content. But guys, again, I don't want you to put another extra 500 words of gibberish Think about it from your own perspective. And if you were searching for information, what would you like to see? So think about creating content that is useful to the reader and provide value. You also want to be proud of your website and give value, because when you give value to people, people are going to reward you. People are going to remember you and they're going to visit your website, and it's going to get higher click-through rates. There's so many factors going into getting your website on the first page of Google. But what I can attest to is that if you provide quality content, useful content, then you're going to get up there. Now, the next tip is it readable and easy to digest? Are you guys having walls of text? Because no one wants to go to a website and go, whoa, that's a crap load of text. Just break it, chunk it down in a table of contents. Have a subheading, bullet points, illustrations, have images, break it up with images in between to make your information, your content more readable and digestible. Break it down to just 2 to 3 sentences. That really matters, because if you go to a website and you see a wall of text and you bounce straight away, that gives a signal to Google that this content is not relevant. And it could be just a matter of formatting that you improved on your website. So make it readable, especially these days when people are reading on their mobile. 2 to 3 sentences on your screen, your desktop device, could look like 6 sentences on your mobile device. And this is the beautiful thing about GroovePages, is that you've got accelerated mobile optimized pages. That's a ranking factor. And GroovePages has already its mobile friendly content that you want to create as well. Next, improve user experience. Think about the 5-10 competitors that you went through. Can you improve the user experience with a cleaner website design? That's how you can stand out. You can improve the user experience by customizing it, making it clearer, and just stand more and look more professional. You need to just design it in a way where the person can get the information they need and enjoy reading your content. And you can use GroovePages to custom design where you want your content to be and make it easy on the eye. Now, what I also want to provide as a tip is when you're adding images, try to create your own unique images so that it's only unique to your website. Because here's the thing, everyone out there is going to stock photo websites and downloading the same images and using it on their website. And you guys should all know by now, Canva. You can go into Canva, use the same photo, tweak it, modify it, download it. It becomes a unique image, and then you can rename that image file with your long tail keyword. It's really that easy because images is very powerful. You can then reuse that image onto Pinterest and share on Pinterest and get even more traffic, because Pinterest has a lot of authority. And if you can pin an image and link it back to your website, you're essentially building links for your website and pushing the authority and link the domain authority from Pinterest over to your website. In fact, Pinterest SEO is something in itself, and I have literally got other niche sites that I've been using, driving traffic just from Pinterest alone. Super powerful. If you guys are doing long tail keyword, definitely explore Pinterest. I'm not an expert on it, but I know that it's a great way of getting extra traffic and building links to your website. Okay, so that was my tip. Now the final bonus tips, use short paragraph. People these days have a short attention span. And if they see an essay, a wall of text, they're going to zone out. You want to make it short sentences. Think about it like a conversation. Having conversations in short sentences, and then you wait for the other person, you move on. So use short paragraphs. Stick to 2 to 3 sentences max. And if it's longer than that, break it down to another paragraph. And I know we're breaking the laws of grammar here. From an SEO perspective and user experience, just chunk it down to shorter paragraphs. And the next tip is write at a 6th to 8th grader level. When I say this, I don't want you to write it in a way that insults your reader's intelligence. Okay, for example, I used to be in finance. We would have to create content down technical financial terms into more easygoing terms, but in a way that doesn't insult a person's intelligence. So what you could do with that is you can combine some industry language with everyday language. I still need to think about my ideal buyer or my client avatar. Would they understand what share diversification means? And just take those into perspective, okay? The next one is simplifying complex content. So if the content is really technical, probably best break it out into sections and combine it with videos or infographic, something to illustrate it. Each one of us has different learning modalities, right? Some of us are more visual, some of us are more verbal. We like reading, and you want to cater for these different types of communication modalities and how people take in information, because not everyone is the same. This is the reason why video is so important. Take the time to create a YouTube video, upload it, and then embed it on your group pages. That's another reason why video is great, because it covers so many touch points. It's great for visual people. It's great for people who like to learn by listening, and you can always drive them back to your website to read the text version, the content as well. That's how you can simplify complex content, by breaking it down and maybe adding videos and infographics to it. The next one is check grammar. So Grammarly is a tool that you can use. It's a Chrome extension, but they've also got an online platform where you can just copy and paste your text and put it in for them to check your grammar. That's one thing. So try and clean it up a bit. It could be a pet peeve for some people. That's why you really need to know your audience and the things that they like. So if they're very highly educated, they're into finance, they probably won't want to see a niche website on finance that has a whole bunch of grammatical errors. Definitely something to consider about. I've got one more tip for you. Use pattern interrupts in your videos, on-site SEO, the content on your website. What I mean by pattern interrupts is things like bullet points, okay? And it is a pattern interrupt to the mind and to the eye so that people are not bored. It draws your attention when you're using bullet points. Use sub-headlines. Now, you've got H1, which is the main headline. H2 is subheading, but it's lower down in terms of authority or the ranking of how you would put your content. So consider subheadlines to support your content. And if you're not a writer, having your main headline and your subheadlines written out first, how to cook a pie. So that would be your main heading. Then your subheadings could be get groceries. The second one is preparation. That's a subheadline. So it's like an essay format where you write out your subheadings first before you create a content. That also helps you with pattern interrupts. Another pattern interrupt would be influencer quotes, or just like tweetable quotes that you can create an image on Canva to put onto your website as content. A lot of creative people also add quizzes and polls on their website as a pattern interrupt. That's a way for them to stand out. So standing out and being on the first page of Google, it's not just about writing more content and doing more. It's about how can you use these pattern interrupts to keep the user's attention on the website, because if Google sees that someone is staying on this website for longer, it's going to reward you. And you can know all about it with Google Analytics. And if you don't have Google Analytics installed, please install it. So what I've done also is made a YouTube video for you guys on how to install Google Analytics on group pages using Google Tag Manager. My last tip is, if the purpose of your content is to get people to take a specific action like, hey, sign up to my email list, or purchase this and get someone to click on a specific button, then what you want to do is eliminate any distractions like ads or irrelevant pop-ups. So you need to think about the user experience. If you're having all these too many pop-ups, people are going to exit it, which is how fast people land on your page and then exit, because they're either the content is not relevant, or you're putting little annoying distractions, or you're having ads that just appear on the side and take forever to load the content and the user can't read it, okay? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit that like button for me, leave me a comment, and until next time, see ya.